Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm here for an album ranking, and it's going to be for the band Seether, and I've actually been wanting to do this kind of ranking for a really long time now, because Seether is a pretty good band, but I will admit though that I have mixed feelings for this band, because some of their albums I like, some of their albums I do not like. So with that being said though, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so starting at the bottom of this ranking, and at number 8 is going to be Holding Onto Strings, Better Left to Fray, which is their 2011 album. Now, I did not care for this album at all, to be honest, but I liked a few songs from it, such as Fur Q, Here and Now, Country Song, Tonight, Pass Slowly, and Forsaken. I did enjoy those songs from this album, but overall, the album as a whole is just doesn't even feel like a Seether album, and it's really disappointing, because the album released before this was way fucking better. So, yeah, this album is disappointing, and it's easily their worst album, if you ask me. So yeah, Holding On to Strings, Better Left to Fray is just boring. Got some decent songs, but overall it's just an album that drags on and doesn't feel like Seether, and it's just boring as fuck. So, sorry to this album, but it has to be in at number 8. Number 7. Number 7 is Sci-Fi Pacem Parabellum. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but this is some foreign language, I guess. Don't know, but that's just how I'm gonna say it. And this is their 2020 album, released last year in 2020. Just another one of their albums that just doesn't even feel like the band. This band got pretty much lazy in the 2010s era, to where it doesn't even feel like Seether anymore. Sadly, because their older music is really, really good. But we'll get to that later on in the ranking, of course. But yeah, Sci-Fi, Pacem Parabellum, better than the album that I have in at number 8, but not much better. But yeah, this is still a solid album for what it is, though. Some songs, though, I like would be Dead and Done, Bruised and Bloodied, Dangerous. Now, Dangerous, at first, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? This isn't Seether. This might as well be another band. But I actually like the song now. It's pretty good. It's not mind-blowing of a song, but it's still pretty good, though. Buried in the Sand was a good song. Beg was pretty good. And Pride Before the Fall is really good as well. I really liked Pride Before the Fall. It's probably my favorite song on the album. Good song. So yeah, Sci-Fi Pacem Parabellum. It's an alright album, but they have better albums, of course. So it comes in at number 7. Number 6. Number 6 is Poison the Parish. Came out in 2017. Yeah, man, just another one of their albums that just is one I don't give a shit about too much. So, albums 8 through 6 are ones I don't care for, but 5 through 1 are ones I care for. But yeah, we're still in at number 6, Poison the Parish. I'm just saying. So yeah, this album has some kind of heaviness to it, but it's not like that all the way through. So yeah, this album has its pros, it has its cons, but it's still not one of their best albums. It's just another one of their weaker albums in a band, and an album where it feels like the band doesn't even seem like them. I guess it's probably because of the vocals, but I don't know, man. This album's just not as good. So yeah, songs I did like though would be Betray and Degrade, I'll Survive, Let You Down, pretty good song there. Saviors was decent, Emotionless was pretty good, and Sell My Soul. So yeah, overall though, it's just another one of their albums that I'm not really into. So yeah, this would be the last album of theirs that I'm going to have anything negative to say for, because the rest of the albums are fantastic. So yeah, Poison the Parish comes in at number 6. Number 5. Number 5 is Isolate and Medicate, released in the year 2014. yeah, man, this album is only 10 songs long for the standard edition and only like 36 minutes in length or somewhere around there. I know it's 36 minutes, but I can't remember the rest of it. But, I mean, I can't remember how long the rest of it is. I know it's 36 minutes and something seconds. That's all I remember for the length. But, yeah, the shortest album to date, standard edition wise, but definitely a great album. One of my favorites from the band. Not top 3 material, but still good album, though. Way better than the first 3 I mentioned in this ranking, of course. Way fucking better. Because at least this album I can go back to over and over again. Unlike the other 3 that I don't even care for, to be honest. I just had to listen to those 3 in full to prepare for this ranking, of course. But, yeah, Isolate and Medicate. When I first had heard this album in full, I was like, damn, I wish I would have checked this album out way sooner. Because I've been a Seether fan for at least about 9 years or so now. But, yeah, man, Isolate and Medicate, sure, a lot of the songs sound more radio-friendly, like they'd be played on rock radio, but at least these songs are good radio-friendly songs, though, unlike the songs from their other albums that I have lower than this one. So, yeah, really love Isolate and Medicate, and it's such a good album. Some of my favorites on there would be Same Damn Life, Words as Weapons, which is one of my favorites on the album. My Disaster was fucking amazing. I like that one. Watch Me Drown. Good song. I like that one. Nobody Prayed For Me. Amazing song. I love that one. Maybe my favorite on the album, but that's hard to say because this is such a good album from Seether. And Save Today was another great song. So, yeah, 10 songs, but definitely a great album. So if you're a fan of Seether, check out this album because it's pretty underrated, if you ask me. Great album, though. Fuck yeah, good stuff here. Number 4. Number 4 is Disclaimer from 2002. So yeah, man. The original Disclaimer, I think is good, but I think Disclaimer 2 is better, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. But, yeah, man, Disclaimer, though, the original Disclaimer came out in 2002. And some of my favorites on there would be Gasoline, 69T, Fine Again, Driven Under, Pig, Fuck It, and the original song Broken, which is just only Seether. So, yeah, man, Broken is my first Seether song years and years ago, before I was even into the band, because I first heard the song years ago, but I did not know the band was actually Seether because it did not sound like them when I first discovered the song years ago. But I finally came back to the song in my I finally came back to the song in my high school days, and I figured out it was Seether. So, hell yeah, man, great song. Like both versions, but I'm starting to appreciate the original more than the Amy Lee version, if you guys know what I mean. I like the Amy Lee version of Broken, but I think the original with just Seether is better. So yeah, number 4 is Disclaimer from the year 2002. Their debut album, and their first album underneath the Seether name, because they were known as Savor and Gas before Seether, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, Disclaimer, great album, definitely one of their best. Coming in at number 4, but it's still one of their best albums. Alright, number 3. Number 3 is Karma and Effect from 2005. Yeah, man, I mean, this album, people have it at number 1, but I just don't understand that because I think they have 2 albums that are even better than this. Because some of the songs on this album are just songs that I don't really care for. But I like some songs on it though, like Remedy, Truth, The Gift, Brito, Never Leave, and Simplest Mistake, and maybe a couple others or so. But yeah, this album as a whole though, it just seems like it has some filler tracks, songs that I don't really care for too much. So that's why it's only in at number 3, but at least this album feels like Seether though, because it is one of their older albums. Like I said earlier on in this video, I have mixed feelings about their newer stuff because it just sucks compared to the older stuff. But yeah, Karma and Effect though is one of their older albums, of course, because it's from 2005. So yeah, these songs though I like though are really good. So yeah, Karma and Effect is one of their best albums, but it just has some filler tracks So that's why it's only number 3, not 2 or 1. So yeah, Karma and Effect, though, is still a good Seether album. So if you're a fan of Seether or hard rock or anything, then check out Karma and Effect, because it still is a good album. Okay, number 2. Number 2 is Disclaimer 2, released in 2004. And before I talk about the album, I just want you guys to know that Disclaimer 2 includes the whole Disclaimer album, and it also has 8 extra songs that did not make the original Disclaimer album in 2002, so it's awesome. So yeah, if you're wanting to check out the Disclaimer era, I would actually prefer Disclaimer 2 over Disclaimer, because, like I just said, Disclaimer 2 has the full original Disclaimer album, along with some extra songs that did not make the original Disclaimer album, so that's awesome. So yeah, with this album here, you got songs like Sold Me, Love Her, Got It Made, Hang On, Broken with Amy Lee, and some other songs. So yeah, man, Disclaimer 2, fucking great album. I really love how in some of the songs you got Sean Morgan with his aggressive scream vocals, and it's just fucking amazing, man. This is the side of Sean Morgan that I miss in their music, because nowadays they barely even have any screams in their music. If they do, it's kind of slightly and just not as good as his screams from the 2000s era of Seether. But yeah, Disclaimer 2, though, fucking amazing album. Definitely one of their best. Some people have it in at number 1 in their rankings, but not me. But it still is a great album, and to me, Disclaimer 2 is their second best album. So yeah, Disclaimer 2 from 2004 comes in at number 2. Not number 1, but still a damn great album, for sure. Definitely one of their best. Okay, number 1. Now, the album I have in at number 1 is probably going to get me some hate, but I could give less of a fuck, because this is my opinion. And a lot of people have this album way lower, but I just don't understand, because I think this is Seether's best album, hands down. And that would be Finding Beauty in Negative Spaces from 2007. Yes, this is my number 1 Seether album. My favorite Seether album of all time. Any of their other albums would never top this album for me. And I seriously mean that. So yeah, lots of amazing songs from this album, such as like Suicide, Fake It, Breakdown, Fuck Me Like You Hate Me, Rise Above This, No Jesus Christ, Walk Away from the Sun, Eyes of the Devil, and a few others or whatnot. But yeah, man, this album is fucking amazing. I don't understand why people hate this album. I guess because maybe they hate it because of how it's too good or something. I don't know. But yeah, a lot of people just seem to not like this album, which I just don't fucking understand, because I think it's their best album. It's got their best songs. So that's why it's my favorite album from Seether, because their other albums have some songs I don't like, but for Finding Beauty in Negative Spaces, I like the whole album. That's how great this album is. And another reason why it's my number 1 Seether album, because their other albums, they're good, especially the older stuff, of course. But yeah, Finding Beauty in Negative Spaces, though, is an amazing album. And I'm quite in shock of how great this album is, because I heard songs from it a number of years ago, but I didn't bother checking out the whole album until this year, to be honest. But I'm damn sure glad I did, though, because now my favorite Seether album. If you asked me a couple years or so ago, my favorite Seether album probably would have been Karma and Effect, but that's not nowadays. Here in 2021, my favorite Seether album is Finding Beauty in Negative Spaces. So yeah, I apologize if I'm not really describing this album all that good. I just don't know how to fucking describe it, because of how great this album truly is. So yeah, man. This album has lots of great songs. Songs that have meaning in it, such as Rise Above This. Rise Above This is about his brother passing away from suicide. It's just a sad thing to think about, especially when it's your family member, you know, just sad shit. So yeah, lots of great songs on this album. So yeah, guys, with that being said though, let me know how you all would rank Seether's albums from either worst to best or least favorite to favorite. But yeah, guys, with that being said, this is my Seether ranking. You don't gotta agree with it. But yeah, y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless though. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.